Without warning, a previously unknown virus spread across the globe in a matter of weeks. Those who died changed biologically and were seemingly reanimated. Attempts were made by the military and Homeland Environmental Risk Control in order to contain the spread of the virus. They failed. They failed. Some civilians eventually presented as immune. This estimated 5% of the population are the only known survivors. We would need to find new ways to survive amongst the infected, to adapt and change. The world no longer belongs to us. And it's about time, I say. We clearly cannot handle the responsibility. Howdy gamers, old gamer guy here. This is a game I knew was coming to consoles, but I did not know was coming to consoles so soon. So I was very surprised to see The Last Stand Aftermath, or maybe it's Aftermath, The Last Stand. I don't know. I think it's The Last Stand Aftermath. But it showed up in the store suddenly. And yes, I was very happy. I bought it immediately because I've been kind of waiting for this. Clearly, it's a post-zombie apocalypse. And this video is basically going to be my first impressions after playing for about an hour. So clearly not an in-depth review. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail. I'll show you some of the menus and some of the mechanics of the game that I stumbled across in this first hour. I do like it so far, and I'll go ahead and say that. But, you know, I knew I was going to buy this game because I had seen people play it on PC, and I knew I was interested in it. I just didn't know it was showing up so soon on PlayStation. I'm still surprised. And actually, there's another post-apocalyptic game that released on the same day, and I'll be showing you that game as well. But right now we are going to see the death of our first survivor, because yes, you can die, your characters can die, and you will change characters at that point. It's like I don't know if you ever played a game called Zombie with an I at the end, Zombi. I think it released first on Nintendo, and then it came to Xbox and PlayStation. But it was like this, where you have a character, you play as long as you can, then you die, and then you take over as another character in the safe house. And so right here at the beginning, we have one character to choose from. These characters kind of they have their own default weapon and their own default equipment, but then obviously you can buy some more. Well, I guess it's not obvious because I haven't shown you a vendor yet, but I am going to show you a vendor here in a little while. First, we are talking to Trinity, who apparently is the boss of this place. And we also have Dr. Stedman, who gives us an antiviral injector because we ourselves are infected. I believe all of our survivors that we play as are infected people. So our time is limited, and we are choosing to use our last days to help out all of the other survivors. So we head out in our car. We get a quick load screen. This is a PS5 game, by the way. I don't know if it looks, graphically like it needs to be a PS5 game, but it is PS5 only, I believe. I don't think there is a PS4 version. So we leave the camp, and we don't have a choice about our first destination. We run out of gas here, and we need to find some more. So we have a short conversation here with the base. You can see there is a objective over on the right side. Actually, two objectives. Find the Herc structure. which is the Homeland Environmental blah blah blah. I guess sort of like Homeland Security, except anti-zombies. But our objective is to find some gas for the car. So obviously we can loot these cars. These little areas you go into are not very large. I don't think they are procedurally generated. But you can go into some buildings, as you can see. And we have a flashlight. This survivor has a pistol and a wrench for a melee weapon. You can see the reload system is a lot like the one in Star Wars Battlefront. I think it's in, I don't know if it's in both Battlefronts. I know it's in Battlefront 2. I think it's in both of the most recent Star Wars Battlefronts. But you basically hit a button to start the reload process, and then you have to hit the same button at the right time to quickly finish the reload. And if you miss that window, then you get a penalty. It's like you're fumbling with your reload and not reloading quickly enough. I thought this barrel might explode when I set it on fire. So I ran away, but when I walked back up to it, it had an icon. And so this is a type of crafting station. There are several types of crafting stations, but this one has to do with fire. And now we need to break through this gate. I could use my weapon, but the weapon has durability, so I'm just going to kick my way through this gate. And we have found some fuel. So we need fuel to proceed in the car. I don't know if we ever get to change cars or upgrade our car, but the car can only hold so much gas. And so every once in a while we need to find some more and fill up the gas tank, or at least put some gas in the gas tank so we can proceed. So we need gas for the car, but we also need antiviral for ourselves because, like I said, we are infected. Down at the bottom of the screen, in the center of the screen, is your health bar. It's actually health bars. But we are infected, and there is virus in our blood, and over time, that amount of virus will increase. And every time the virus fills up one of those health bars, we will get a mutation. And we will see some of that in the video a little bit later. But we've got some gas, we've got some antiviral. There's some more stuff to explore, but I'm going to go ahead and edit that out. And we'll go over here back to the car and put the gas in the car. We'll go ahead and get in the car, and then I forgot how to start the car. But now we will get the car started and we will proceed to our next destination. And this time we actually get, well, I started to say we get a choice. I guess we do get a choice. We could go back to our camp, the home base, or we could proceed to this store on Thurman Street. And this will use up one of our fuels. Again, we get a quick load screen, very quick load screen. And then we will arrive in our next destination. And like I said, I don't think this is in any way procedurally generated, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong because, well, I'll get to that a little bit later, because here we have focus mode. It's basically bullet time. You can slow down time and increase your damage while this is active. It doesn't last very long, but I assume you can upgrade that eventually. So here we go again. We've got to scavenge. We need, well, I don't know if we need more gas right now. You're always looking for more gas, I guess. I mean, if you find some, I guess it's always a good thing. But I think technically I could drive on right now without exploring this area. But of course, being a good scavenger, we should explore every area if we can. That is, if we don't get killed ourselves. I don't know what I did wrong there. I tried to use the focus mode again, but it didn't seem to work. Maybe I didn't have enough of it built up. I don't really know. You can see we have some faster zombies in this area. So clearly things are escalating. But so far so good. You can see in the bottom center of the screen we've lost some health. And the purple area is increasing. There is stealth in this game. You can crouch. Is that L3? I think that's L3. And I think probably stealth is a good idea. I think I'm using too much of my ammo here as we play because I will eventually run out of ammo. But we do have a melee weapon. But the melee weapons have limited durability. So here we have another important mechanic, and that is knowledge. You can find various items that will give you knowledge, but then you need to find an upgrade radio in order to use that knowledge. So it's another thing that we need to look for is stuff that gives us knowledge. It could be magazines, it could be disk drives, I think. And here we have another mechanic. Like I said, when your health bar gets filled up with the virus, every time one of those bars gets filled up, you will gain a mutation. And we are approaching the time when that is going to happen. We'll go ahead and use some of our antiviral. And that will fill our health bar up with the antiviral. So now it's yellow down there. But the purple virus will start to show up again before too long. So all of these survivors are living on borrowed time. And I went around and explored some more, but I did not find any more gas. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next area here, and this time we get a choice. Two different neighborhoods. You can get an idea of the danger level and whether there is a merchant in the area, and there is a merchant up here, so we're going to go that way. Another short loading screen. Actually, this dark screen is longer than the what you would call the loading screen. So isn't that a loading screen also, really, when you get down to it? Never mind that, though. Here we are in a new area, and I'm looking at my inventory. This is just in my regular menus here, and you can see an upgrade tree with various categories, but you have to find a radio to actually make the upgrades. Here is the vendor. And the vendors also take knowledge as a currency. So here's a look at the vendor inventory system, and you can buy or sell. Buying costs knowledge, and when you sell, you get knowledge. I don't really understand how that works. Maybe the vendor is just telling us stories as we browse. But you can see they have melee weapons and ranged weapons and attachments, pocketables, and then a miscellaneous category. Bandages, bottles, and bricks that can be thrown in order to create a distraction. Canned meat, contaminated water. I don't know if there's any way to boil water eventually, but I have not seen a way to do that. Actually, I guess maybe that fire was probably boiling water. I guess that's what that was. But I bought an M16 at the vendor, so we have a marginally better weapon. Actually, a much better weapon, but the reload is tougher, as you will see. We're going to take out these infected in this house. And then you'll see the reload on this M16, and the window for a successful reload is very small. I did it right there successfully, but doing it in combat makes that tougher. Here's an encyclopedia, I think. That'll give us some more knowledge to sell. Here we have another enemy type. The typical exploding zombie. But there we go. Now we have a mutation. Like I said, the virus is constantly increasing in your bloodstream, and anytime it fills up a health bar, you get to choose a mutation. You have 3 to choose from. All of these are pretty good, actually. They have positive effects. Well, that one has a negative effect. It makes dodging use more stamina over there on the left. So if I took that one, I would move faster, but dodging would take more stamina. I took Thorns, which has a chance to do damage to the enemies when they hit me. But you can see I'm in bad shape. The exploding zombie hurt me when he did that, so I lost a lot of health, and now I have lost my weapon. The weapons have durability, and now I am unarmed. So I can basically punch the zombies in the face or shoot them. Here we have another exploding zombie, and I'm about to get another mutation. So now we have 3 different choices. I don't think any of these were part of the original 3 choices. But I'm taking Coalescence, which will give me 1% of my health back when I successfully hit with a melee strike. So that's good. But oh no! We're still in the same level, and I'm getting another mutation. Half of our blood is now virus, apparently. I think I took the one on the left, cornered, which will allow me to do 10% extra damage when my health is 30% or lower. So yeah, you can see at the bottom of the screen there, about half of our blood is now virus. But let's get our mind off of that terrible news, because we have found a radio. So if I had enough knowledge, I could get some upgrades here at this radio, but I don't have enough knowledge yet, unfortunately. So I can't get anything. I did find a little bit of gas, though, so we're going to put some gas in the car and get out of here. We have another choice. We can go to, well, actually we don't have a choice. We can only go to this neighborhood. So that is what we are going to do. But unfortunately, the luck of this survivor is just about run out, because we have arrived in this next neighborhood. We get a short, I guess, I don't know if you'd call it a pep talk, but Trinity tells us not to give up. We need to keep going, find some loot, find some good stuff, stay alive as long as possible. Roger, Trinity. I'll get right on that. But unfortunately, shortly after that conversation, I got swarmed. It is possible to fight your way out of those mobs, but yeah, this is not good. Jackson is now dead. So we have to move on. We can't dwell on the death of Jackson. So now we are going back to the camp to get another survivor. And this time we have 3 to choose from. A medic, a raider, and an animal. Ava is an animal. Normally I would go with a medic, but I think I went with a raider this time. He has an SMG for a weapon. So we head out from our survivor camp. We can have a short conversation with Trinity. And she is apparently, I guess, well, maybe this whole place is classified as a supply depot, but she has some stuff you can buy, some upgrades and unlocks. But this is a different currency. I don't even know what this currency is, but it looks kind of like, I don't know what that is. It's yellow. I have 25 of them. Supply points, I guess. I guess that's what that is. So I could get ammo and weapon insurance, some knowledge, some other unlocks. I don't have enough to buy anything, though. There is another crafting location right here, a workbench. But never mind all that. We're going to head out to the next location. And I assumed that I would be going back to that same location, but that is not what happened. We are going to another neighborhood. But it's going to be a different neighborhood than the one I died in. So I don't know if I ever get to go back to that neighborhood and find my dead body and recover the stuff that was on it. I really don't know, because I came back to this neighborhood and this was about where my first hour of gameplay ended. So I'm out of fuel here with my car. We've got groups of zombies standing around. I've only got a pistol with this guy. Or no, actually he has an SMG, but I am kind of paranoid about using all my ammo, so I'm crouched and creeping around looking for stuff. But I do like this game. I can't remember exactly what it cost. This was yesterday when I bought this game, but I already can't remember what it cost. It was not a $60 game, though. I want to say it was $30. Maybe it was $19.99, but not a full price game. I like it. Here we have another Herc building, I think, but we need to start a generator to get through this door, and starting a generator would make noise, which would draw a crowd, so I decided not to start that generator. But anyway, you can get an idea of what this game is all about. Like I said, I like it, but I'm kind of a sucker for post-zombie apocalypse games. But anyway, yeah, this is about the first hour of my gameplay, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. If you have any questions, let me know. But for now, as always, thanks very much for watching.